Call the meeting to order. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, any additions or deletions from the board agenda?
Not at this time.
Having heard none, we'll go on to the presentation. We'll begin with the student representatives report. And I would like to begin by thanking our student representatives, David, and we're missing one, but they have put a lot of time and energy this year into producing and providing us with the report over each month. And so I just want to thank them for their time and their energy and the effort and bravery to be able to come up and to be able to do that. So thank you for everything that you guys have done over the last year. And now I'll turn it over to you for the report.
Hello, I'm David Wadley. And first, the high school honors night is this Wednesday, the 15th, by invitation only. Thank you to everyone that made Fine Arts Night, this past Fine Arts Night, a success. Lake Michigan College is having their annual WAVE Awards this Wednesday, the 24th. Dowagiac has several nominations from the SpongeBob musical in the following categories: Outstanding Set Design in a Musical, Lincoln Clark; Outstanding Lighting in a Musical, Lincoln Clark; Outstanding Costume Design in a Musical, Raven Bakeman and Paige Benke; Outstanding Choreography in a Musical, Anna Leach and Kennedy Winstraight; Outstanding Musical Direction, Hunter Schur; Outstanding Feature Ensemble in a Musical, Sardines and Townfish, Electric Skates; Outstanding Feature Special Cast Member, Gary of the Dowagiac Robotics Club, operated by Olivia Stockwell; Outstanding Support Actor in a Musical, Squidward Q Tentacles, Jessica Schrader; and Eugene Krabs, Alex Malway. Outstanding Lead Actor in a Musical, SpongeBob SquarePants, Sarah Torbett; Outstanding Direction in a Musical, Tammy Mammal; Outstanding Musical Production. Exams are June 6th, with senior exams being May 30th and 31st. The spring choir concert is on May 18th. Graduation rehearsal is June 2nd. Graduation will be held June 4th at 2 o'clock. And lastly, please mark your calendars for the Chieftain Golf outing, June 15th. And that is all.
We'll now turn our attention to the Students of the Month for April, and we will begin with the high school.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Millen. I'm the principal at Dowagiac Union High School. It is my honor to present Sherry Cruz as our April Student of the Month. Sherry is a 14-year-old freshman and the daughter of Mario Cruz and Maria Cordero. She was nominated by Mr. Brosnan, who teaches physical science and robotics. However, her nomination was supported by many teachers. Mr. Brosnan was unable to be with us tonight, but he did leave these words. He says, Sherry is an excellent student. She's very quiet, but if you talk to her, she always has a smile, a positive attitude, and an eagerness to learn. Sherry is making physical science look easy with a 97% average for the class. I did some digging and found that she has similar grades in all of her classes. That's impressive. He says, I suspect that she will continue to do well, and she is very deserving of being Student of the Month. Sherry is interested in fine arts, including drawing and playing in the Chieftain Marching Band. Her advice to incoming freshmen is to simply be yourselves. Sherry hopes to continue her study of fine arts after school at SMC and then transfer to a 4-year university of her choice. We are proud to recognize Sherry Cruz as the Dowagiac Union High School Student of the Month. She is an exemplary student and a valuable member of our student body. So congratulations, Sherry. Each of tonight's Students of the Month will receive a certificate from the Board of Education, and it'll say Student of the Month for us, Dowagiac Union High School, April 2023. The school board, administration, and staff appreciate your academic performance and mentoring of fellow students, and it is signed by myself and Superintendent Jonathan Wan. In addition, they'll each receive a shirt that will have Miss Sherry modeled right now, Student of the Month on the front, and name on the back. There you go. One more time, everyone, Sherry Cruz.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Whiteman. I'm the principal here at Dowagiac Middle School, and today we have the pleasure of introducing Brianna Garcia as our April Student of the Month. Brianna is an 8th grade student here at DMS and is the daughter of Gracel Aviles and also Jamie Garcia. Brianna also has a younger brother, Mason, who also attends DMS as a 6th grader. Brianna says what she loves most about DMS is the soccer club. She says this because it's a lot of fun competing against other teams with all of her friends. She also says she really likes her teachers too because they're all very nice. Brianna's favorite class at DMS is English with Mrs. Wilson. She says she likes it because it's a calm and quiet atmosphere where she is able to focus and always do her best. She also says she really enjoys the books she reads in class too, especially the story entitled Yellow Fever, written by Laurie Anderson. Brianna stated she also loves her music appreciation class with Mr. Johnson because she gets to learn about all the different genres of music she has in class and also the cultures that they all originated from. Brianna was nominated by Mrs. Greer, who teaches STEM, ELA, math at DMS. And Mrs. Greer, she had this to say about her nominee. Brianna is one of the nicest young ladies you'll ever meet. She is always polite, kind, and helpful to her peers and her teachers. She puts great effort into all of her work and strives to learn and do well every day. Her attitude is always positive and happy. She is a perfect example of what it means to be one of our DMS Chieftain heroes. I feel very blessed to have had the opportunity to teach her for the past 3 years. I will miss seeing her beautiful smile when she goes on to high school next year. When Brianna isn't helping around the house doing her chores, she does dishes, sweeping, and also cleaning her room, she likes to watch movies. One of her favorite movies is the movie Book of Life, which is an animated story about bullfighters. Like most teenagers, Brianna says she also likes to sleep whenever she gets a chance, especially because she's so active. She also commented she spends her spare time reading in her room, and one of her most recent books that she finished is the story Wonder, written by R.J. Palacio. When asked if she had any advice to give other students interested in wanting to become a Chieftain Student of the Month, Brianna had this to say. I would tell them to pay attention in class and also to your teachers and do your work. Also, to be sure to focus in on studying and don't interrupt when teachers are speaking. If you do those things, you will be a success. So again, on behalf of the staff and students at Dowagiac Middle School, we would like to congratulate Brianna Garcia for being selected as our April 2023 Student of the Month.
All right, we will now invite Justice Gage to the stage.
Good evening. Brian Henry, Principal of Justice Gage Elementary, and I have one of our 4 lucky special teachers to talk about the wonderful things about Maddie Emerson.
Good evening. I'm Karen Eckman. I'm the music teacher at Justice Gage and Sister Lakes. The Justice Gage Student of the Month for April is Maddie Emerson. Maddie is a 5th grade student in Mrs. Hannibal's class and was selected as Student of the Month by Mrs. Shibley, myself, Miss Tabalachi, and Miss Townsend. She's the library aide. Maddie lives with her parents, Whitney and Adam, her brother Grayson, who is in 2nd grade, and little sister Piper, who is in kindergarten. She has a pet beagle mix named Finley. Her favorite part of school is math and writing. When Maddie isn't at school, she's in dance class. 6 days a week, she takes ballet, hip hop, lyrical, acrobats, jazz, and competition. She sometimes travels several hours for performance dance. She especially enjoys jazz and lyrical. When she grows up, Maddie wants to be a dance teacher, hairstylist, or run a doggy daycare. Maddie was chosen by her specials teachers because of her kindness and positive attitude. She's always smiling and cooperative, respectful to others, and willing to help. Maddie has great citizenship and is an excellent example of a Justice Gage hero.
Couple other things I'd like to add about Maddie. Her favorite book is Alice in Wonderland, and she loves the adventures and because it's a fantasy novel. She loves the fictional characters as well. Not only is she very talented in the fine arts, but Maddie has shown tremendous growth with her math and reading when analyzing the NWA scores, as she increased 19th percentile points in math and 15th percentile points in reading. When I asked her what advice she would want to give to her incoming kindergartens next fall, she said, "Don't be nervous. The teachers are really kind. School is fun. My sister is in kindergarten, and she loves all of her friends and all of our teachers. So once again, on behalf of the Justice Gage staff, congratulations to our April Student of the Month, Maddie Emerson. Oh, they got some more.
Patrick Hamilton.
Good evening. My name is Ryan Zietlow. I'm the principal at Kinchell Elementary, and I'm presenting for Nicole Conlon tonight. She could not be here, but I have the honor and privilege to introduce to you guys Noah Carrillo, and I have his music teacher, Miss Bearclaw, who's going to tell us all the wonderful things about Noah.
Hi, my name is Miss Elizabeth Bearclaw, and I am the music teacher at both Patrick Hamilton and Kinchell Elementary. And in front of me right here is the wonderful Noah Carrillo. He is a second grade student in Mrs. Curlin's class, and I have little paragraphs that each of the specials teachers wrote about him, so I'm going to speak with their words in just a second. First up is Miss Leah Gibson, who is our PE teacher, and she has said, "Picking Noah as a student of the month was an easy decision for me. Noah is such a caring and hardworking student. He is always willing to help not only the other students, but the teacher as well. He is such a great young man and student, and I am lucky to have him as a part of my physical education class." The next teacher I'm going to be speaking is Miss Gloria White, who is our art teacher. Noah adds so much joy to our art room. He enjoys creating new things and isn't afraid to make a mistake. He always turns it into a masterpiece. He respects his materials, other students, and the teacher is always willing to help, when needed. Noah is kind, polite, and compassionate. I'm proud to be his art teacher. And finally, myself. Noah was a great choice for the Student of the Month. In music, Noah is always attentive and on task. He loves learning new things and shows appreciation and passion for any task I put in front of his class. Noah always asks if there's anything more he can do with helping clean up after his class is done for the day or reorganizing a part of the classroom. He's enthusiastic and always determined to do his absolute best. Congratulations, Noah. We are so proud of you.
Kinchelo.
Good evening, and now I have the privilege to introduce you to another phenomenal student. This is Lucas Doyle, and I will let Ms. Bearclaw tell us a little bit more about Lucas Doyle and all the things he's done in his specials classes.
This month's Student of the Month is Lucas Doyle. Lucas is the son of Susan and Justin Doyle. Lucas has a twin sister named Leah and an older brother, William. He has 2 cats, Cecil and Connor. Cecil was crowned as his favorite, sorry Connor, while at home, Lucas said his favorite thing to do is play Angry Birds. Lastly, Lucas wants everyone to know that he loves Gaga Ball and really wants to have a Gaga pit at Kinchlow. I'm going to speak in the words of my fellow specials teachers again. As Ms. Leah Gibson, when choosing the student of the month, it was an easy choice. Lucas Doyle is an amazing and hardworking student. Every time he comes into PE class, he is always giving his all and willing to try new things. Lucas is very respectful, always has a good attitude and a smile on his face. With Mrs. Gloria White, Lucas works equally as hard in art class. He amazes me with his willingness to preserve and not be afraid to make mistakes. He is a great listener and follows directions. He is kind to everyone and a joy to be with. He doesn't even fight with his sister. Way to go, Lucas. And myself. Lucas was chosen to be Student of the Month by our specials teachers for many reasons. In music class, he always sits up front as close to the board and teacher as possible. He's always singing along, and when we're practicing our music for our shows, he's also very focused and excited when we shift to one of our many music games. We are so proud. Congratulations, Lucas.
Sister Lakes Elementary.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Stout, and I am the principal out at Sister Lakes Elementary, and I would like to introduce you to Joel Lopez, and he was chosen by our specials teachers. And I believe Mrs. Ekman is going to tell you all the wonderful things about Joel.
Hello again. Joel is a 5th grade student in Mr. Cox's class and was selected as Student of the Month by Mrs. Ekman, Ms. Tavalacci, and Ms. Shibley. Joel lives with his mother, Griselda, dad, Joel, 18-year-old sister, Jackie, and dog, Oreo. Joel enjoys all subjects, but his least favorite is language arts. When Joel is not at school, he enjoys playing indoor and outdoor games, soccer, basketball, baseball, and his PlayStation. His favorite PlayStation game is Need for Speed. Pizza or tacos are his favorite food, and his favorite color is blue. A couple of his favorite music groups are Jake and Boy with Uke, which has inspired him to want to play the ukulele or guitar someday. Joel is unsure of what he would like to be when he grows up, but has a few options in mind. One option is musician. He would want to sing and play the guitar or drums. Another option is a truck driver, so he could help people. His last idea is a YouTuber to talk about and rate video games. Joel was chosen by his specials teachers because of his respect towards everyone. He is a student that always greets his teachers. He has an excellent sense of humor and often makes others smile. He is very kind and enjoyable to be around. Also, he always gives his full attention in all areas. Sister Lakes is lucky to have such a great kid, and we are looking forward to seeing what wonderful things he does for our community in years to come. Joel is an excellent choice for Student of the Month.
All right, we will now recognize our future chef.
Good evening. I'm Deb Cahill. I am the food service director here for Dowagiac Schools. Every year we do a food service competition with our students. We pick fifth graders. This year was a side dish, healthy side dish that they had to go ahead and give us a recipe. We judged on the amount of recipes and which ones we felt were the healthiest. And then they went in March and participated in a cook-off. So there were 8 students, 2 from each school, and they went against each other. Our winner this year is from Kinchlow, and she made a provolone prosciutto wrapped asparagus. Yeah, it was very good. So we want to congratulate Avery Lyons, and she gets her check.
All right, we would now like to honor Dowagiac Union School retirees.
Mrs. Millen, you're first.
Come on up.
He absolutely wants to come forward. Come on, Keith. Oh, I just ripped your bow off.
Is Karen here?
Do you want her to come? You don't want to be by yourself? All right, where's Karen then? We'll change it up a little bit. Mrs. Vegas, where are you?
She's coming.
Okay. We don't rehearse these things. We just go with the moment. Awesome. So make sure everybody can see you guys, though. Awesome. Okay, so it is my honor to recognize the 2023 Dowagiac Union High School retirees for their accomplishments in education at this time. So please help me celebrate our first retirees, Keith Clan and Mrs. Karen Fakis. So I'm going to start with Mr. Clan. Keith is here tonight with his wife Julia and his family that includes daughter Courtney Swisher, his son Dean Clan, daughter Abby Hall, and son Benjamin Clan. So just a fun note for tonight is that Ben will be graduating from Dowagiac Union High School this year too. So 2023 just proves to be a great year for the Clan family. So congratulations as they wrap up the year together. Now, let me tell you just a few things about Keith. He has worked in education for 30.936 years, including 19 years right here in Dowagiac. So I bet you can tell from this very precise calculation of 30.936 years exactly what he taught. A little math, he said. Math it is. So Mr. Clan has taught all levels of math from grades 7 through 12. He's taught algebra all the way through calculus for Dowagiac Union High School. He's been very active outside of that math classroom as well, and is very proud of his accomplishments. He has been the DEA president. He's coached baseball, as well as being the director of the pep band. He's assisted the many band directors during marching and concert seasons. And I did not add those up in my head. Do you remember how many just off the... Couple of band directors. He's been through a lot of band seasons. Yeah. In his 19 years, Keith said that his most memorable moment was the 2015 Battle of the Fans. So I would like to personally thank Keith for his service and dedication to the students of Dowagiac and for his support as a staff member, department head, and genuine leader among his colleagues. He will be missed by many. So congratulations on your upcoming retirement. So in honor tonight, each of our retirees will get the service bell that you see here, and it has their name. It says Dowagiac Union Schools and their years of service. So we'll go ahead and get that. Okay. But Keith's not alone. He has a partner in crime for many years as well. I'd like to honor our next retiree. This is Karen Vegas. So Karen is here with us tonight. See, I gave you time to get up here to the stage. I like it. Karen is here tonight with her sons, Drew and Ross Vegas. Pardon me? They're with us as they work. They're missing out tonight, but they'll do that. But Drew and Ross would be her sons. So now it's time to learn a bit more about Mrs. Vegas. So Karen has served the families of Dowagiac for the last 16 years and has been in education for 31 total years. So I think that we can all verify that this award for the most years at the high school officially goes to Karen, because she comes sliding in with just a couple hundredths of a point lead, right? Well played, Karen. Because that was the 30.936, yeah. So good job. Well played, well played. So during her time at Dowagiac Union High School, Karen has taught business, accounting, and personal finance. I commend Karen for her success as a CTE, or Career and Technical Education teacher. CTE requires additional certifications, site visits, advisory committee meetings, as well as industry, peer, and program reviews. So Karen says this about her most memorable moment. She says it's been a wonderful experience to teach students personal finance. I have past students reach out to me each year and ask for a refresher in something that I taught them. Every year, part of this class is a subject that they will come across at some point in their lives. I could not possibly pick out any one moment that sticks out to me, as there are so many. Each student is so unique and special to me. I have learned as much from them as I hope they have learned from me. I appreciate the parents of this community sharing their students with me and allowing us to grow together. So I want to thank Karen for her involvement in CTE and for being a staff member that's just willing to join in and help kids wherever they need help, whether that's with their work or just being one of those toughest, maybe the toughest player on the staff basketball team in the pep rallies. So she just jumps in wherever needed. So I'd like you guys, again, please offer Keith and Karen, Keith Clan and Karen Vegas, a round of applause for their combined 58 years of teaching for Dowagiac Union Schools.
All right, Principal of Sister Lakes, Alicia.
Take your time. Okay, so Sister Lakes has two wonderful women retiring this year. I'm going to start with the left-hand side here, Miss Sally Bridges. And this year, Sally is our kindergarten para, and in the past has also been a special ed para. She has been in Dowagiac and in the education system for 31 years, so she's leaving us. She's been both at Sister Lakes and at Pat Ham. And Sally is very dedicated, and she is willing to help out wherever, and just she doesn't hesitate and steps right in. Sally says that her most memorable moment is working with some very special people at both schools. I know she is accompanied by her granddaughter tonight, and she also has 2 sons and 1 daughter. So congratulations to Sally Bridges. And then also, Mrs. Debbie Barber. So just a little side note, Mrs. Barber was my 2nd grade teacher when I was at Sister Lakes, so I just like to throw that in there, and now she's leaving me. So Mrs. Barber has been at Sister Lakes for 36 years, and she's been in education for 37 years. During her time in Dowagiac, she was in 1st grade, has taught in 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade classrooms, as well as Title I and Reading Recovery. But if you know Mrs. Barber, you know that she does not stop during the summer. She also has taught during summer school, summer migrant, preschool, 2nd grade, a 3-4 classroom, literacy intervention. She does it all, and she does it all the time. So Mrs. Barber her husband is Steve, and then she has 1 daughter, Amber, and 1 son, Brandon. And her most memorable moment is teaching many years with Kim Wicks. We often laughed that Mr. Dave Sturlacher moved me to Title I because we were having too much fun teaching 2nd grade together. So Mrs. Barber is so devoted and dedicated, and we're really going to miss having her out at Sister Lakes. So congratulations, Mrs. Barber.
All right, now I'd like to introduce the principal of Kinchelo, Mr. Zelo.
Good evening again. My name is Ryan Ziegler, principal at Kinchelo Elementary. And I have the honor and privilege to talk a little bit about Chris Cox tonight, although he is not here. So I'll talk about him anyways. His spouse is Kara Cox, who's also works in the district as well. He also has a son, Cal Cox, who also works in the district as well. And he has his family, Cody, Riley, and Ellen. He has been teaching for about 35 years, and 23 of those years have been in Dowagiac, where he's taught 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Currently, he's the 5th grade teacher at Kinchelo Elementary. The memorable moment he wanted to share, it's odd, I won't go into details here, but it happens to be an animal, so there's a lot of stories there. Anyways, a squirrel jumping out of his window at Pat Ham was his most memorable moment. It came out of the closet, and Mason in his class caught it in a bucket. The whole class went up the hill to set it free, and it ran straight into what was then the 6th grade hallway, which was left wide open because back then, before air conditioning, they used to prop doors open. That was his most memorable moment from his teaching. Really gonna miss Chris. He's a great guy, but very glad to have known him, and he has done a wonderful job here for Dowagiac.
I'd now like to invite Scott Woods to the
I'm Scott Woods, Transportation Director of Dowagiac Union Schools. Here to present our honor Ron Galbraith for retiring, his spouse Melinda. He has spent 23 years in the school system and with Dowagiac as a mechanic. His most memorable moment is the Christmas parties, and I'm going to assume that's the Christmas parties after I took over, because I don't remember any before then. So, one point I made when I took over was to make the bus drivers and staff feel appreciated, and a lot of that we did through Christmas parties. It was easy to do with the passion that really my wife has for Christmas. She can listen to Christmas music in July. So we spent many nights till the wee mornings making homemade fudge and making stockings for all the bus drivers. One thing we do is the white elephant, and I'm going to assume that's probably your memory, is the white elephant gifts that we have. Everyone else would be nice and not steal any gifts, and then here comes Ron. He always knew what he wants, so I knew when he decided he wanted to retire, he meant it. I know Ron put a lot of blood, sweat, and a lot of sweat. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is that why you decided to retire in July? A lot of sweat? Yeah. Maybe if we had AC. Yeah, maybe if we had AC, we'd change your mind. Throughout the years, Ron has become like a brother, and if you heard us work, kind of like a work spouse. One thing I can honestly say is, for better or worse, I swear I'm not writing vows. For better or worse, the Dowagiac Union School Bus Garage will not be the same without you. Thank you for your service. I'd like to...
All right, now I'd like to turn the mic over to Stacy Ritchie.
Terry Karish is the final retiree tonight. She's unable to make it tonight, but we'd still like to say some things about her. She's married to Henry Karish. She has 3 daughters, Shannon, Brooke, and Allison, 1 granddaughter, Hannah. She's been in the education system for 21 years, and she's worked in Dowagiac Union Schools for 6.5. She started out as a receptionist for a few months, and then she moved into the payroll benefits specialist position. When she began in the payroll position, we were in the middle of converting to a new financial system. She was learning and running parallel payrolls. She did a great job. We thought this would be the final system, and things were going very smoothly. We then received a letter from the vendor that they were no longer going to support the system, and all districts would have to move to another system. January 2022, we went live with another new system. This was a very painful process for our office, and many hours, long nights, weekends, and even holidays were spent getting this done. Terry is one of the most dedicated employees I have worked with during the past 30 years. She is always professional and calm, well, most of the time. 2 new systems in a few years even tries the calmest people. She has done a fantastic job for the district the past 6.5 years. We wish her the very best in retirement. It is well deserved, and she will be very well missed. She says that she's enjoyed getting to know many wonderful and dedicated staff here at Dowagiac Union Schools. So, that's it.
Wow. Well, congratulations to all the students of the months, the future chef, and then all the retirees that we have with us tonight. We are now going to take a 10-minute recess so that we can do some photos. Thank you. All right, we will now call the meeting back to order. We will look for any All right, hearing none, we will turn it over to hearing from any of the citizens. None. Informational items. Stacy, financial report.
It is recommended that we pay our bills as follows. General fund, $972,770.42. Food service, $164,742.03. Capital projects, $35,623.30. Activity, $10,960.72.
Thank you. Superintendent report.
Yes, at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Hubbard, our ISD superintendent, to present the HSISD annual general fund budget. He has some additional information he wishes to share.
Thank you for the opportunity to come and present in front of you this evening. Under the state school code, every year the ISD has to present its preliminary general fund budget to each of its locals for formal approval for us. We also do have a special ed fund, but that is not part of the state school code for some reason. So I believe everybody has the general fund budget in front of you. The general fund budget consists of our career and tech education programs, also our preschool programs, and then our instructional services department. So of course CTE oversees all the career and tech ed, not only in partnership with the locals, but also in partnership with SMC and the academies. Our instructional services are our 31N folks, our mental health clinicians throughout the county, as well as our literacy coaches, and then of course preschool for all the preschool classrooms within the county. A pretty basic and vanilla budget, not a lot of excitement there to that. You will see a couple line items where there were major changes, $290,000 in state revenue and then $500,000 in pupil services. Basically, those account for some 31 AA funds that we received on behalf of Cassopolis Public Schools that will be going out to them. That was one-time money. We had some EMC startup money, early middle college startup money from this year that we will not see next year. But the biggest change was we received $500,000 for career and tech education equipment. It's the second year in a row that we got that. We are not planning on receiving that for the third year, but we were able to utilize that to help offset some costs of new programs. Marcellus started an FFA program last year, and I know you guys are getting ready to start welding along with construction trades. So we were able to help offset some of that cost. So that's pretty much the basics of the budget there for the general fund. Does anyone have any questions? All right, lastly, I just want to let you know, I think everybody received a paper. One of the first things I did when I got hired 2 years ago was go through a facilities master planning and assessment phase. So we really looked at our main campus on Daly Road. It was a 1954 elementary school for Cassopolis Public Schools and hasn't had much done to it since. And then our building was actually built by a career and tech education construction trades program in 1983, the administrative building. So we really looked at those two and looked at the services we're trying to provide in each of those facilities and on our campus. And so you can see the white is the existing, the blue is our hopes and dreams down the road to update and upgrade our facilities. The bottom left-hand corner, the maintenance garage, currently, if you've been out to our facilities, we have about 30 vans and 7 buses and no garage. So oil changes are done at times outside and things like that. So we're going to build a bus garage in order to provide those services. So that bottom left-hand corner is going to get done hopefully within the next year. We're currently preparing bid documents and things right now. Our goal at the ISD is to accomplish this hopefully over the next 5 to 10 years, this master plan, without asking the taxpayers of Cass County for any special millage to do this work. So we're planning on self-funding this through our funds, however long it takes. And then lastly, I just wanted to let everybody know that we are going to start kind of a listening tour around Cass County, around career and tech education over the next 4 to 6 months. So we've hired a consulting firm to help us do that, to bring in some focus groups, teachers, business leaders, community leaders, school boards, administrators, to talk about and look at what are we currently doing right now around career and tech education in Cass County. What's good, what could we do better, and what some of our options are. So it's kind of a start for us to really take a hard look at what we're doing in Cass County and hopefully be able to move those programs forward in the future. But we want to get a good idea of what the community feels, or each of the 4 local communities feel about career tech ed and what we're currently doing right now. So we'll be meeting with a lot of groups over the next 4 to 6 months, and then hopefully have some good information that can kind of guide us in the future around career and tech ed and where we want to head in Cass County for our students in high school. So, thank you.
Thank you. All right, recognition of retirees, 10-year teacher list.
Retirees we took care of. We have 5 staff members this year who have reached the point of earning tenure. Tenure is earned through years of successful evaluations through the evaluation process, and it is awarded. We recognize that it's earned legally through the state. We have 2 staff members who have earned tenure after their 5-year probationary period. That is Emily Franzak and Amy Atta. And we're very happy with them. One is at the middle school and one at the high school, so congratulations to them. We have 3 that have earned their tenure. They had been tenured in another district before coming to Dowagiac, so by law they only had to serve 2 years, and we're happy for them as well. Nanette Rauch, Lynn Supala, and Jeremy Tilley have also earned their tenure, so we're very pleased with them. And that's the tenure list for the year.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, now to action items. Looking at the consent agenda, I need to have a motion for items A through J as they appear on the agenda.
I, Stephanie Tucker, make the motion to approve the items A through J as listed on the consent agenda.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Christina. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? That motion has passed. New business, approval of the Heritage Southwest budget resolution.
I, Carrie Freeman, make the motion to approve the Heritage Southwest budget resolution as presented.
A second?
I second.
Stephanie, any discussion? Roll call vote? Yes.
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 All right, next item is the Heritage Southwest ISD Voting Board reps. If anybody would like to take my place, now's the time. I'm just kidding, it's already past that, so.
But we do need an alternate.
It's on there.
Is it
It's on there.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
That's what Ruth gets for missing the meeting. She is the alternate, right? So, all right. Can I get a motion, please?
I, Rob Eckes.
Go ahead.
I, Rob Eckes, make the motion to appoint Brent Brewer as our HSISD board rep with Ruth Osler as the alternative.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Yes.
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 All right, approval for purchase of a new bus. Can you get a motion?
I, Stephanie Tucker, make the motion to approve the superintendent's request to purchase a transit bus for an amount not to exceed $156,000.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call? Yes.
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 Approval for an addition to the approved depositories for the transactions.
I, Carrie Freeman, make the motion we approve the Michigan Class Investment Pool as an authorized investment institution and authorize the finance director to complete the necessary paperwork to enroll in the pool.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Christina, discussion? Roll call? Yes.
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 Recommendation of expulsion for student I-2000069. Can I get a motion?
I, Rob Eckes, make the motion that student I-2000069 be expelled through the end of the first semester of the 22-23 school year with the conditions recommended by the superintendent.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Approval of administrative and supervisory compensation and contracts. Can I get a motion?
I, Carrie Freeman, make the motion to approve the recommendation presented by the superintendent for the extensions and adjustments of compensations for the district administrators and directors.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote?
Yes.
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 Approval of the superintendent compensation and contract. Can I get a motion?
I, Stephanie Tucker, make the motion to approve the superintendent contract and compensation adjustments for the 2023-2024 school year.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
All right. Without anything further, I'll call for to be adjourned. It is 7:37. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.